Francisco, y'all, McAllen.
Hey, can I have a show of hands? How many of y'all are here for the Jazz and Poetry Night? Raise your hand, please. Very cool. Thank you so much for showing up and supporting what we're trying to do here. We're doing this every first Wednesday, Jazz, Poetry, and Wine Night every first Wednesday of the month. So just if you can mark your calendars and tell your friends and tell them to come down here. We're just trying to build up the culture scene down here with the arts and poetry and music. So again, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for coming out tonight. So without further ado.
So Daniel, I didn't want to miss up a chance to do a reading with you or an event with you. I'm so excited that you're the Poet Laureate of my hometown. It's just so great. I'm going to read a poem that is dedicated to a former Poet Laureate of San Francisco named Jack Hirshman. And I met Jack, he died last year. I met him when I was 27. He was 57. I'm 57 now, so we had a good 30-year friendship. And he had started his life as an academic, so he got a master's and PhD at Indiana University in Bloomington. He was a very serious scholar on James Joyce and Herman Brock, and he later taught at Dartmouth, went to UCLA, and he corresponded and was friends with Allen Ginsberg and Charles Olson and Robert Creeley, and just a host of people that these names may or may not mean anything to you, but they're giants of 20th century poetry. He also translated a lot of works, and in the early 70s he was translating a poet, René Depestre, from the Haitian Creole, and it made him into a communist, and he became an activist. And when he was at UCLA, one of his students was Jim Morrison, and he got kicked out of UCLA as a professor because he was giving exams on the Vietnam War, even though he was teaching English. And he would start his class by saying every draft-eligible man was going to get an A in the class, whether they came to class or not. And, you know, he just broke it down for real. So, I'm going to try to read this off my phone, but this was a poem I wrote for him on the occasion of his dying. And, you know, the Poem a Day series of the Academy of American Poets, they put this out last year. So this is a poem called Remember the Puns in Brash Brandy for Jack Hirshman. The words always came running out of your mouth, tumbling, galloping, pushing against one another as they took the final turn, the last 100 meters where form is lost and everyone becomes a futurist. Sacred words split into syllables and break apart. Yours never had wings affixed to them, only the hammer and sickle, harnessed with gumshoe and printing press, long gray hair, alighting from your form, and that gait you had, as if you'd been riding motorcycles all night long, bow-legged, rickety even, probably from kicking fascist in your sleep and the other death-headed sorts. You had the sparkle, loud and lavish laughter, bellowing even, a clamor to stoke awake the fires inside and push against the fulcrum of the dreadful state. In time, overtaken by the glow and tether of your arcanes, where life mingled with apparitions, it's how you made memory and the present inseparable, obsecrating all those pages turned, dog-eared and brittle after a stretch, to lay words before us like crumbs, 4,000 pages later, leaving a richer trail. I remember the rattled years when you lived like a pauper, grinning wide and showing off your crooked teeth, more beautiful than any others. The final words I whispered to you, that was wonderful, are still ringing in your ears, though vibrating waves of compression and rarefactions are dust now, just in case, let me say it again, that was wonderful.